Welcome to 10 Things You Didn't Know About the Israel and Palestine Conflict, right here on Filthy Rich. Today, we're diving deep into this complex and often misunderstood history. Stick around, and you might just discover something that'll blow your mind. But before we get started, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our captivating content. To truly understand the Israel and Palestine conflict, we've got to go back to where it all began. Picture this, the late 19th century, a wave of Jewish immigration to Palestine, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire. The turning point? The Balfour Declaration of 1917, where the British pledged support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This declaration set the stage for a conflict that has endured for generations. Fast forward to post-World War I, and the British took control of Palestine, ramping up tensions between Jewish and Arab communities. Jewish immigration surged, leading to violent clashes over land and identity. But why does this history matter? Well, it's the bedrock upon which this conflict stands, shaping the lives of those involved and the world at large. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the multiple narratives at play. This isn't a black and white story. It's a web of diverse viewpoints, experiences, and histories. We've got Israelis, Palestinians, and others in the mix. But here's the twist. Within each group, you'll find a spectrum of opinions. Israelis range from staunch two-state solution advocates to those who favor a single state. Palestinians? They've got their own array of visions for peace and statehood. And don't forget, the international players, neighboring countries, and the global community each has a stake in this complex puzzle. Understanding these varied perspectives is crucial to unraveling the depths of the Israel and Palestine conflict. Hold on tight, because we're diving into the heart-wrenching refugee crisis. Millions of Palestinians and Jewish people have been forced from their homes over the years, leaving scars that run deep. For Palestinians, it all started with the Nakba, or catastrophe, of 1948, when hundreds of thousands were expelled from their ancestral lands. This event still shapes the Palestinian narrative and stands as a central issue in negotiations for peace. On the flip side, Israel's establishment led to the migration of Jewish refugees from around the globe. Their diverse backgrounds and cultures have woven a rich tapestry into the fabric of Israeli society. The refugee crisis is an emotionally charged, contentious aspect of this conflict, underscoring the need for comprehensive solutions that honor the rights and dreams of both Israelis and Palestinians. Now, let's add a dash of religious significance to the mix. The Israel and Palestine conflict isn't just politics, it's deeply intertwined with faith. Three major world religions, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, have their roots here. For Jews, Israel is their ancestral homeland, with Jerusalem as its spiritual epicenter. Think the Western Wall, a piece of the Second Jewish Temple, and the profound religious significance it carries. On the Islamic side, Jerusalem holds tremendous importance. The Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam, stands there, along with the iconic Dome of the Rock, a symbol of faith and history. Christians also cherish Jerusalem for its connections to Jesus Christ. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, believed to be the site of his crucifixion and resurrection, is a powerful symbol for them. These religious ties add an extra layer of complexity to the Israel and Palestine conflict, as deeply held beliefs collide with competing claims. Let's talk peace. Over the decades, there have been numerous attempts to bring harmony to this conflict. Parties from all over, local and international, have strived to find a peaceful resolution. Remember the Oslo Accords in the early 90s? They aimed for peace and Palestinian self-determination. But even though they were a big step forward, the dream of a two-state solution remains elusive. Other efforts, like the Camp David Summit and the Arab Peace Initiative, have tackled issues like borders, refugees, and the status of Jerusalem. These negotiations reveal an ongoing commitment to untangle this deeply entrenched conflict. But it's no cakewalk. The path to peace is lined with obstacles and setbacks. The Israel and Palestine conflict, it's a tale of hope and despair, progress and setbacks, set against a backdrop of history, politics, and religion. Now, hold your breath, because we're about to dive into the sizzling controversy of the Gaza Strip. This narrow coastal territory, home to millions of Palestinians, is a powder keg in this conflict. Gaza's got its own set of troubles, from a tight Israeli blockade to periodic military conflicts and internal political divides. The blockade, in particular, has crippled the flow of goods and people, causing economic hardship and humanitarian crises. It's a recipe for tension and violence. International voices and governments have called for an easing of restrictions in Gaza, emphasizing the need for a sustainable solution that addresses the humanitarian crisis. The situation in Gaza remains a ticking time bomb within the broader Israel and Palestine conflict. Buckle up, because we're hitting the gas on the issue of Israeli settlements in the West Bank. These settlements, considered illegal by international law, are a major flashpoint in the conflict. Over time, these settlements have grown, displacing Palestinian communities and complicating efforts to establish a cohesive Palestinian state. The status of these settlements has been a giant roadblock in peace negotiations. Some Israelis argue that these settlements are crucial for their security and historical ties to the land. Palestinians, on the other hand, see them as a major roadblock to achieving a two-state solution. Resolving this thorny issue remains a central challenge on the path to a peaceful resolution. Time to talk about the elephant in the room, the role of the United States in the Israel and Palestine conflict. It's been significant, to say the least. The U.S. has maintained a close bond with Israel, providing both financial and military support that has influenced the course of this conflict. The U.S. has also played a central role in brokering peace agreements, such as the Camp David Accords and the Oslo Accords. In international diplomacy related to the conflict, the U.S. has often been a key player, sometimes taking a more active or neutral stance. Now, here's the kicker. U.S. involvement has sparked intense debates and criticism. Some argue that this close relationship with Israel has hindered impartial mediation efforts, while others view the U.S. as an indispensable partner in the quest for peace. Before we wrap up, let's shine a light on the brighter side. Yes, even in this labyrinth of complexity, there's hope. Numerous individuals, organizations, and communities are dedicated to peace building, reconciliation, and open dialogue. Grassroots movements, civil society organizations, and individuals from both sides of the conflict are rolling up their sleeves to bridge divides and foster understanding. Their focus? Coexistence, economic cooperation, and people-to-people interactions. These initiatives are like beacons of light in a sometimes dark tunnel. They remind us that progress is possible, even in the face of daunting challenges. The desire for a just and lasting resolution to the Israel and Palestine conflict remains a shared dream, and these endeavors are vital steps toward that goal. Keep seeking knowledge about the Israel and Palestine conflict, engage in respectful dialogue, and, most importantly, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more captivating content right here on FilthyRich. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey to uncover 10 things you didn't know about the Israel and Palestine conflict. We'll catch you next time.